Welcome to the Ad Expert Podcast. Usually on this show, we like to take the 30,000-foot view. We talk big theories, global trends, that kind of thing.
The stuff you read in business textbook.
Exactly. But today, I want to do the complete opposite. I want to zoom all the way in. Let's get right into the trenches of running a local business in a place like, say, Los Angeles.
The trenches is probably the best way to put it. It is absolutely a battlefield.
It is, right. Think about it. If you're a business in L.A., a law firm, a plumber, whatever, you're not just competing with a guy down the street anymore.
Not at all. That world is long gone. Now you're up against venture-backed companies, you're competing with algorithms, and just a wall of noise.
A wall of noise, that's it. And for a business owner, marketing can feel like this big, scary black box. Yeah. You pour your money in, you hope for the best, and what comes out?
Usually nothing. Or maybe a trickle, and you have no idea why.
Exactly. So the mission for today's deep dive is, I think, pretty critical. How do we crack that box open? How do we stop just, burning cash and actually build a machine that works?
It's the question every business owner asks. But what's so interesting about our source material today is that the answer isn't magic. It's not luck. It's more like engineering.
Marketing as engineering. I like that. So to guide us, we've got a fresh PPC case study that's pay-per-click, and it's focused specifically on lead gen in the LA market. It's by a guy named Sam Ashrafi.
And we're also looking at the profile of the company behind it, Ad Expert, which gives us the context.
Right. And the goal here is to see how they use data, specifically in Google Ads, to do something that sounds, frankly, impossible.
Which is?
Lowering costs while at the same time increasing the quality of the leads.
It sounds like a paradox. Fast, good, cheap, pick two.
That's what I thought. But this case study suggests maybe you don't have to pick. Not if you have the right architecture in place.
It's all about moving from, I think this ad will work, to, I know this works because the data says so.
So let's meet the architects here. Who is the ad expert? If you're going to call yourself that, you better have the goods.
It is a confident name, isn't it? Well, they're a Los Angeles-based agency, been around for over 10 years. But there was one thing in their profile that really jumped out at me.
Oh, yeah? What was that?
They aren't just a marketing agency. They're also a full-stack web development agency.
Okay, I want to pause on that because I think a lot of people might just gloss over it. Oh, they do websites too. Why is that such a big deal?
Because that's where all the friction is. Imagine your marketing team is a race car driver. They want to go 200 miles an hour.
Okay.
But the web developer, who works for a different company, built you a station wagon with square wheels. The driver can't win the race if the car itself is broken.
That's a perfect analogy. So the marketing team says, hey, this form on the website is broken, we're losing leads, and the web guy goes, I'll get to it next week.
Exactly, and you just wasted thousands of dollars in ad spend that read, because Ad Expert handles both the WordPress, the Shopify, and the marketing. They control the whole machine. If the data says change the button, they change it today.
It's a holistic system instead of just a bunch of disconnected parts. Yeah. And you see that in their team. You mentioned Sam Ashrafi, the founder and strategist.
Right. He's the high-level vision guy. But then you have someone like Ehson Abovadi, who is their expert in SEO and professional analytics.
So you've got the creative strategist and the hardcore data scientist in the same room.
In the same room, looking at the same data. Their whole philosophy is data-driven success. They analyze past performance. They analyze competitors, all before spending a single dollar on ads.
And because they're based in LA, they get the nuances of the city. They know that what works in Pasadena might not work in Venice.
Precisely. And that's a perfect transition into the case study itself. Because doing business in LA is, well, you called it a battlefield. I'd call it a meat grinder.
It can be. So let's get into it. The challenge is clear. Generating leads in this crazy, crowded market.
Yeah.
What was their secret sauce?
Well, the study breaks it down into 3 key strategies, and they all have to work together. Take one away, and the whole thing kind of wobbles.
Okay, what's number 1?
The foundation is data-driven optimizations.
Optimization is one of those buzzwords you hear everywhere. What does it actually mean, on a Tuesday morning at their office?
It means they were glued to their dashboards. This isn't a set it and forget it campaign, which is where so many businesses go wrong. They were obsessively monitoring 2 metrics. CTR and CPC.
Okay, let's break those down. CTR.
Click-through rate. Super simple. If 100 people see your ad, how many actually click it? It tells you if your ad is even remotely interesting.
Got it. And CPC.
Cost per click. Literally, what did you pay Google for that one person to visit your website?
So optimization is just constantly tweaking things to get more clicks for less money.
Exactly. It's active management. Maybe they see that an ad is too expensive at 9 in the morning, but it converts like crazy at 2 in the afternoon. So they shift the budget. They're constantly trimming the fat.
Okay, so that's pillar one, watch the money. What's number two?
Tailored ad copy. And this is where that local LA knowledge really comes into play. Generic copy is just invisible here. Our brains are trained to ignore best plumber in LA.
Right, it's wallpaper. You don't even see it.
You don't. So they focused on writing ads with specific local intent, testing different calls to action. It's the difference between we sell shoes and walk comfortably in downtown LA today.
It makes it feel real. It puts you, the user, in the picture.
Yes. But here's the third point, and honestly, if you take one thing away from this whole deep dive, this should be it. The third strategy was conversion-focused landing page design.
I really want to dig into this because I feel like this is the piece everyone forgets. Business owners obsess over the ad, but the website is an afterthought. Why is the landing page so important?
Think of it like this. The ad is the pickup line.
Okay.
The landing page is the actual date. The ad just earns you a few seconds of their attention. The landing page has to actually close the deal.
I love that. So if you have a great opening line, but then you show up to the date and you're a mess.
The date is over. You've bounced. And in marketing, that bounce cost you real money. You paid for that click and you got nothing because the experience was bad.
So what did Ad Expert do to fix the date?
The case study talks about something called message match. The landing page has to perfectly mirror the promise of the ad. If the ad says 24-hour emergency service, that had better be the first thing you see, in big, bold letters on the page.
Making people hunt for it.
Zero hunting. Clear calls to action, big buttons, phone numbers you can tap, user-friendly forms, and this is critical, speed.
Page loading speed.
Yes, lack of speed kills conversions. If that page takes 5 seconds to load on a phone while someone's stuck in traffic on the 405, forget it. They're gone. They've already clicked on your competitor's ad.
It's wild how impatient we are. 3 seconds feels like forever now.
It is forever online. So by aligning the web development, which remember they do in-house with the marketing, they plug the leak in the bucket.
Okay, so you got the smart bidding, the local copy, and the lightning-fast landing page. What were the results?
The campaign hit the trifecta. First, higher conversion rates, so more of the people clicking actually became leads.
Good.
Second, a lower cost per conversion. Because it was more efficient, the price to get a new customer went down.
Music to a business owner's ears.
And third, and this is the really subtle, important part, higher quality leads.
Wait, how does a landing page change the quality of a lead? I get getting more calls, but how do you get better calls?
It's a filtering mechanism. By being so specific in the ad and on the page, you attract the people who are genuinely looking for your service, and you push away the tire kickers. So instead of getting 100 random inquiries, you're getting 20 calls from people who are ready to buy.
That's a huge difference. Sales teams hate chasing down dead-end leads.
Of course. It's all about making every dollar of ad spend work as hard as possible. It's not about spending more. It's about spending smarter.
I love that. Now, I want to shift from the strategy to the tools. Ad Expert talks a lot about real-time marketing insights. And look, let's be honest, real-time can sometimes sound like sales fluff. Does it really matter if I see the data now versus at the end of the week?
It matters more than anything. Think about it. If you're flying a plane, do you want to see the storm on your radar right now, or do you want to look at a weather map from last Tuesday?
I'll take the radar, thanks.
Exactly. A lot of agencies still give you the map from last month. Oh, look, that campaign we ran 3 weeks ago was a disaster. Too bad we already spent $5,000 on it.
Right.
Ad Expert's live tracking is like having that radar. It's a bird's eye view of everything as it's happening.
So if a campaign is bombing on a Tuesday, you can kill it on Tuesday. You don't have to wait for a report on Friday to find out you've been bleeding cash.
You optimize on the fly. You cut what's losing, and you put more money behind what's winning immediately. That speed is a massive competitive advantage.
And speaking of tech, we have to talk about AI. Ad Expert mentions innovative AI solutions. Is this just, using ChatGPT to write some copy?
It's much deeper than that. They're using AI for customer targeting. Humans are good at spotting patterns, but AI is. It's incredible at it. It can see connections in the data that we would just completely miss.
Like what, for instance?
Like, It might figure out that people searching for luxury watches on a Tuesday night using an iPhone are 80% more likely to become a customer than someone searching on a desktop on a Sunday morning.
Wow.
And it spots thousands of those little micro patterns and adjusts the ad targeting automatically in real time.
So it's finding the needle in the haystack at a million miles an hour.
Exactly. It gives you that edge. But, and this is important, AI can also become its own black box if you're not careful.
Right, where the computer says, do this, and you have no idea why.
Which leads to another one of their pillars, transparency. They talk about awesome reporting.
Awesome reporting. Sounds nice, but what does it mean?
It means they don't hide the data. In the world of PPC, if an agency is hiding the numbers, that is a huge red flag. They're probably hiding failure.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Ad Expert seems to emphasize open communication, showing you exactly where your budget is going, what's working, what's not. It builds trust. It changes the relationship from just a vendor to a true partner.
Okay, so we've got the paid ads, the tech, the transparency. But they also talk about SEO. How does that fit in with all this? I thought paid ads were a way to kind of skip the line for SEO.
You can pay to skip the line, sure, that's PPC. But you also want that free, organic traffic from people just finding you through search. The two actually support each other.
How so?
Well, Ad Expert uses what they call precise copywriting services.
Precise. That's an interesting word for writing. Not creative, but precise.
Because they're writing for two audiences at once. The human who's reading and the Google algorithm that's scanning. Precise means it's data-driven. They're using things like semantic keywords.
Okay, what are semantic keywords?
It's just about context. Instead of repeating the word pizza 50 times on your page, you also use words like crust, sauce, delivery, oven, words that prove to Google that you're an actual authority on the topic.
I see.
And here's the kicker. If your website has really strong, relevant, precise content, Google sees that and gives your paid ads a better score.
Wait, really? So my blog can actually lower my ad costs?
Yes. It's called Quality Score. Google wants to send its users to good places. If your website is a trusted resource, they effectively give you a discount on your clicks.
That's fascinating, and it really brings it all full circle. Why having the web team and the marketing team under one roof is such a huge advantage.
It's a complete ecosystem. The SEO helps the PPC data informs the SEO strategy, and the web team keeps the engine running smoothly. You can't have them in separate silos.
So let's bring it all home. We started this trying to figure out how a business cuts through the noise in a place like LA. What's the final verdict?
The verdict is that success in this game is not an accident. It's a result of a very specific recipe. You need precise ad copy, a landing page that is perfectly aligned with that ad, and just rigorous, obsessive data analysis.
And for you listening to this, whether you're running a business or thinking of starting one, the lesson is to stop looking for that one magic bullet.
Exactly. Stop hoping for a viral video. Look at the plumbing. The prettiest ad in the world is useless if the website it leads to is broken.
You have to get the mechanics right before you can worry about the paint job.
That's a perfect way to put it.
And I guess it's where a partner like Ad Expert comes in.
Right.
They're the ones who love staring at the dashboards so you can get back to actually running your business.
That partnership is everything.
Before we sign off, I want to leave you with one final thought. We talked about AI getting so sophisticated at targeting and optimization.
It's moving incredibly fast.
So if AI can handle all the technical heavy lifting, what happens to the human strategist? How does that role evolve?
That is the big question, isn't it?
It's a little scary, but also kind of exciting.
I think the future isn't about the tools themselves. Anyone can buy a tool. It's about the partnership. It's about the human insight that knows how to direct the AI. The tool is powerful, but it still needs a pilot who understands the customer.
The pilot and the plane. I like that. The AI is the engine, but you still need someone at the controls who has empathy.
Empathy plus algorithms, that's the formula.
Well, that's a great thought to end on. Thanks for breaking all this down.
My pleasure.
And to our listeners, thanks for tuning in. Now go check your landing page speed. We'll see you next time.